Hey, it's Drew Scooter from Sleep With Me podcast, answering questions. You can see questions to all, or you can see answers to all the questions at sleepwithmepodcast.com/QQ. Um, and I was going to answer this one real quick. Are you offended that your voice bores people to sleep? That's from McGee on Spotify. No, I mean, um, it's the intention of the podcast, and I guess this like kind of goes back to when, like, the voice of the show really follows the intention of the show and all the work that goes into the show and focus really. Like when I'm recording the podcast, I'm trying to like shut everything else out except kind of like the space I'm in, with the idea that I'm there with one person trying to put them to sleep, even though the show's recorded in segments, and even though the show will be edited multiple times afterwards, even though the show will come out for 3 months, it's the whole thing of like having that space. And that's really where the voice of the show kind of comes from. I mean, I'm also monitoring my audio, which is once you get used to it, it becomes I can't even wear headphones now if I'm talking without hearing my audio. But it also helps because I'm producing the show and hosting the show at the same time. So I'm listening, and ideally listening and instructing myself and saying, okay, good job, good job. Okay, hey, slow down here. Or hey, let's get back in the moment. You're thinking about what you got to do later. So really the voice of the show comes from the premise of the show, which I repeat a lot of times, is like, you deserve a good night's sleep, and it can be really lonely in the deep dark night. I'm here to keep you company. Um, so what greater honor could there be? Uh, so yeah, and what, like, this is kind of what I set out to discover. Hey, what would Sleep With Me be when I first started making it? It was like, what would a okay, I got these ideas about a podcast, and I've had them for a few years about putting people to sleep. Um, and would this work? Why isn't there something to put people to sleep that's friendly, but not as direct as, hey, this should put you to sleep. It's a method. Just like a kid gets like a bedtime story. So really an honor too. I mean, giving a kid a bedtime story is usually an honor if they're a person in your life, except if they, if it's like they want 8 hours bedtime stories every day, that's probably not as really realistic. But yeah, thanks for the question.